But also, another thing I want to talk to you about, how is the thirst? Is the thirst real out there in the plants?
Ooh, it gets so thirsty out there.
And not thirsty about water. I'm not talking about that. Okay.
Yo, welcome to the spot where the mics are hot. Every word we drop got flow like a shot. Got stories to tell and jokes that hit hard. Come join the fun, it's a brand new yard. We bring the vibes, the beats won't stop. Tune in now, we rise to the top. Laugh, cry, shout, feel every drop. This podcast here is cream of the crop.
All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode to the R to the J podcast. And if you like what we're doing over here, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. It sure actually helps the show grow. And today's special guest is Kim Possible. How you doing, Kim?
Hi, Rovan. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for coming. I know we've been talking about doing this for a while, huh?
Yes, it's been a long time coming.
What, 6-8 months by now?
Yes. I'm so proud of how far you've gone.
Oh, appreciate it. Why did it take so long, huh?
Busy life.
Yeah, I know. It happens. But I wanted to bring you in here because I know you work in the refineries. I had a couple of my friends who worked in refineries, but I want to get a girl's perspective working in the refineries. So I know you do millwright, right?
Yes, I do millwright. It's a challenge every day.
Yeah. Oh, but so let the viewers know who is Kim.
My name's Kim Nguyen. I was born and raised in Mobile, Alabama, and I moved to Texas in 2014. I came here and started in a nail business and everything like that, and now I really wanted to get into the refinery plant life / construction to see how it is and where the money's at, you know.
Yeah. And you said from Alabama. It's funny because I'll tell all the viewers I lived in Birmingham for a couple of years, and I kind of miss it out there. It's not beautiful out there. It's kind of like a small Austin. That's what I tell all my friends.
Yeah, it's definitely beautiful there. If you haven't been, you know, you should always go. We have really good tourist areas, historical areas, beach areas. You know, there's a lot of tourist places to go there. You know, and learn a lot about, you know, Black history and stuff.
Yeah, and you actually do have like a little accent, a little twang or something, a little southern twang right there. I could hear it.
Yeah, I actually grew up speaking Vietnamese was my first language, but I grew up around a lot of country folk.
Well, when did you move to Texas?
In September of 2014.
Okay, so it really not that long then. It's less, 11 years just about.
Yes, about 11 years. I moved here just wanting to start a new life.
Okay. So how do you like Texas so far?
I love Texas. I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't go back. I would only go back to visit.
What part of Alabama were you from?
I'm from a small town called Bayou Battery, Alabama. It's a seafood. They call it the seafood capital. So they do a lot of, you know, shrimp and.
Oh, so it's kind of close by the coast.
Yes, I grew up working around seafood.
Oh, okay. Well, a lot of people over here, all the Vietnamese over here, pretty much work on the shrimp, mostly shrimping, I guess, in business here. I don't know how that is now.
Yeah, they do. If you know, the Asian community usually focuses around, you know, the seafood industry. Yeah. So that being a really big place for shrimp, you would see a lot of Asian people there working.
Yeah. So like how did you get into millwright? You know, that's kind of interesting. You know, because you said you used to do call it nails and stuff. So it's there's a big transition right there.
It was a huge transition. I was like, what am I getting myself into?
And I know when you started, it was supposedly like the heat wave we had last year, right?
Yes, it was like 121 degree index my first day, and I was like,
about to pass out. Huh?
Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I was working on a client, and lately, you know, the nail business has been going down, you know, since after COVID. Yeah, people find more necessities outside of, you know, pleasure. So I was like, man, being a single mom of 3, I really want to get into an industry where I can make money and provide for my kids. So I asked the client, hey, can you get me on? You know, I'll do whatever I can in there. And she was like, well, I can get you in with mechanical. It's really hard work. And me knowing myself, as they call me, Kim Possible. I pushed myself and I went for it, not knowing any idea what millwright was.
Yeah, because most of the time I work out there in the plants too, but not out there in the field. Most of the time I see some of the girls there actually kind of just working on the like scaffolding and just stuff like that, firewash and
Yeah,
things
electrical.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I am. I'm actually one of the only woman journeymen out there right now. There's 2 of us, and I'm one of them. I started off as a helper, but I progressed really quick. I learned quick, so they saw potential in me, and I really like to thank my mentors and definitely my foreman for helping me out a lot, teaching me, all the journeymen that taught me before. You know, it's a lot of work. It's a lot to process.
Yeah. And I know you had to actually get a whole bunch of tools as well too, huh? And
Yes.
I bet you when you first started, what's a wrench?
I knew what a wrench was. I didn't know what a strap wrench was.
Okay, see, I wouldn't know what that is too, you know?
So it's just like, you know, those ratchet straps? Yeah, you use it. It's just like a strap on a wrench, and you just use to rotate shafts and stuff.
They have the same thing for the cars, for when you take out the oil and stuff like that.
That.
Okay.
So there's a lot of tools, very expensive tools. I had to buy precision tools, which are a lot more expensive than just a wrench, you know?
Yeah, because those are, what does actually millwright does, to let the viewers know?
So millwright, what we do is we dismantle, we maintain, you know, we do a lot of format designs and things like that to align and level rotating equipment.
Yeah, mostly like motors to the coupling to the pump, right?
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah, because I remember because the base level could be not even. You got to go in there, put some shims on there, I'm guessing,
yes.
To level them.
Yes, exactly. So it could be off by to the thousandths of an inch, and it just throws the whole thing off. So it's a challenge. Sometimes you can't get it. Sometimes you have to really recognize, you know, hey, manufacturally, this isn't gonna work, you know, and it gives the company or the rep time to actually get to it and fix it that way. But that's where we come in, and we make sure, you know, everything is aligned and leveled. If we can't, then you got to speak up on it. So
yeah, I know one of my sites, they have issues with the base not being leveled that good, or even they having a lot of vibration issues that causes a lot of like seals to leak. And technically that's not a mechanical seal. Well, it's leaking because of the base being not leveled or the vibration.
right. So there's a lot to it.
But you usually they're like, you pretty much like starting a plant up. Are you not there afterwards they started up, or?
I personally haven't went into the commissioning phase of any construction project yet, but I'm getting pretty close.
Okay.
To this one right now. I'm working on a plastic plant, so you know we're getting into commissioning phase here pretty soon. So hopefully they keep me around.
Yeah, but I could imagine, like, I don't know how long that job is gonna be. But you stay with the company, and then from there they'll drag you, or not drag you along, but take you to another site.
I guess it just depends, on, you know, the commissioning phase, if they keep the company around or not, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, because I know you used to be for Zachary, right, a long time ago, and then they had that big layoff or whatever.
Yeah, I used to work for Zachary at in Sabine Pass at GPX is where I started, and then, you know, they had the big layoff and then bankruptcy, and so they pulled out, and I'm now with Zachary in Orange.
Yeah, I didn't realize how big Zachary was.
Yeah,
know?
Zachary's huge.
Yeah, but then one other side, Chenier, what I call it, they have like their own little building just for Zachary employees. Like, man, a lot of you guys here.
They're actually a pretty cool company. I mean, I haven't worked with any other company, but I mean, they're pretty cool. So far, so good.
So, as we talked about, like you changing over from the nail, job to this, and I could imagine, like, you know, you being comfortable in the AC, sitting down there, but now you're out in the field. But actually has helped you a lot, right? You know, more movement, you know what I mean?
Yes, movement for sure. I've, you know, gotten a lot more social than I used to be, of course, you know, and I've learned to really expand my mind a lot more and really recognize, because you don't realize how closed-minded you are being comfortable in one setting, you know. So being out there and really pushing in different types of weather conditions definitely humbled me.
Yeah, no, and it's always good, like I said, because it kind of helps you, like you said, being humble. But then it puts you out. When you're out there in the sun, at least you're getting some vitamin D, you know, in the sun. And but you're sweating, but you're going through all those seasons, but you get kind of used to it, you know.
Yeah, I do get used to it quickly. You know, your body adjusts to certain, habitats and temperatures. So it's no big deal to me now, but at first it was pretty tough,
rough, right?
Really rough. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, I hate it when most of the time I'm working in the office, and when I go outside, sometimes I might be out there for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, so and I'll start sweating like, man.
How is it working in the office?
It's not bad if you stay there the whole time, but it's when you come out, you go out there, you sweating and stuff, but then when you go in the office, they have the AC just blowing.
You're like,
and you're freezing there too. It's like, man. So it's crazy, you know what I mean? But my hats off goes to everybody who works out there, right, guys? You know, I know how hard it could be out there. But also, another thing I want to talk to you about, how is the thirst? Is the thirst real out there in the plants?
Ooh, it gets so thirsty out there.
And not thirsty about water. I'm not talking about that. Okay.
They got coolers full, but it stays full.
Mm-hmm.
No, and the thirst. I mean, I'm a woman in construction, right? So, and they, as bad as this sounds, it's just they find opportunity in every woman they can.
Yeah.
And I'm one to be out there and be like, nope, not me. I'm not the one. Mm-hmm. They call me China out there. I'm the only Asian girl.
Oh, I bet that's probably get more attractive. Look, you're the only Asian girl here.
I'm rare out there. I'm the only Asian girl out there, so they call me China. Mm-hmm. And then I speak Spanish to them out there too, so that kind of drives them crazy.
Well, you kind of teasing them. Oh my God, can you call me Papacito?
They ask me, how did you learn Spanish? I'm like, Papacito, if I tell you everything, you're gonna fall in love. You have a family.
Yeah, when you say that, they already are in love. I'll leave my family then.
No, I will not allow that at all. I'm very picky out there, and that helped me out a lot working out there. Being picky, I really don't have, a good history in dating and finding someone, but working out there, I've been very picky. So
yeah, in a way, you kind of have to be. You know what I mean? It's hard nowadays. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard nowadays to date.
Yeah, I feel sorry actually for my son. You know what I mean? My son's 20, so I'm not sure he's dating anybody, but he hasn't told me anything about it. But
me and your son have the same birthday.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, May 9th.
May 9th.
But were you born on Mother's Day? I don't know, because he was.
I think I was born 2 days before.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At that time.
Yeah, I remember when he was born. It was exactly Mother's Day. He was the only baby born that day.
Oh, wow.
And the doctor hit it right on the head. The date he came out.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so that was wild right there.
That's good, man. So, have you ever done construction?
Not construction. My last previous job, well, before I'm doing right now, like I tell everybody, I was in Birmingham. Mm-hmm. So I was to get my first engineering job, I had to go out there.
Oh wow!
And I was kind of like a field service. Got hired on as a field service, but then from there they put us in the quality engineering role. Did that for a year. Then from there they put us out in the field. Mm-hmm. So I was traveling. But before I did that, I was actually painting cars for like 17 years. Mm-hmm. So between that time, I was able to get my engineering degree, which I'm grateful for because my job worked with me. So my schedule was just crazy. A lot of times, back and forth from work to school. But it's paying off in the long run.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, man. I remember, when I met you, you told me you were an engineer. Mm-hmm. And, I was pretty impressed. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool, like I said, doing nails, I didn't know what an engineer was. I was like, yeah, all right.
It sounds good.
Sounds good. Sounds like it pays.
Yeah, and it's tougher because when I went back, I was probably in my early 30s when I went back. So you can imagine all the calculus, physics, and all that stuff,
you
chemistry.
started school around that time.
Yeah, so that was more harder. It was just me and maybe two other guys who we were about the same age. So we're the older guys, and I mean they look a lot older than me. They're white, so for some reason, you know how some of them white people just don't grow.
I guess you could say the same thing, you know, with me starting in this industry around 30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's learning something totally new. I'm studying, you know, the NCCER for millwright, so it's definitely different going back to school at this age.
Yeah. Plus, you got to deal with a lot of numbers, huh?
A lot of numbers.
Fractions too, or just millimeters?
Yeah, fractions. I'm talking about thousandths to an inch, 64ths to an inch.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. It's very precise.
Yeah.
But I love it. I love precision. Even when I was doing nails, being precise was like my thing. So.
Oh, really? So, okay. So it just feels natural to you.
It feels natural to me when I go in and do an alignment. I'm very thorough, and they like how I do the paperwork and things like that. I map out things very neatly.
Well, yeah, you got the girl handwriting all nice. Like, oh yeah, Kim wrote this right here.
Yeah. Makes you look like you know what you're doing.
Yeah. Do you have helpers to help you out?
I do. I have a few helpers. You know, I've taught a few journeymen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've taught a couple journeymen that came in, you know, and I show them a little bit of basics, and then now they're lead men. So I mean, I take that into pride.
Okay.
That I'm able to learn and teach someone too. So I'm still learning myself. Every day it's something new.
Yeah. So I know we talked about a little bit that you were when you first started, it was kind of hot.
Yeah.
And crazy hot, right? But how scared were you working there?
Yeah, at first I was kind of like confident, like I could do this, but to be honest, I was really scared. I mean, there's like so much heavy machinery. You don't know how it operates, you know, how close you can be to it, you know, to the fear of anything or anyone falling, you know, it's scary.
Or even getting ran over. I think that's what happened to a girl, I think, over there in Orange.
In the project that I'm on, yeah.
Oh, really? So, yeah, I heard about that, and that was crazy. I guess for some reason, I think it was I don't know what ran her over. But
it was a skid steer. She was flagging, and she slipped in some mud, and
okay.
Yeah, it was a crazy story. I remember working in GPX, and everybody was like, they got the news, you know what I mean? Over there, we can have our phones or whatever, you know, certain people. And, you know, some people got the news and it got around quick, and we all had like a moment of silence. And, you know, it was pretty scary, pretty bad. You know, you think about it every day.
Yeah. Yeah, because when I heard about it, I was like, man, what happened? You know, I mean, how can she get ran over? And the guy who I worked there with, he kind of knew more about the story. He told me, yeah, I mean, the guy, I didn't realize she was the one flagging, but he told me he lost sight of the flagger. I was like, in my mind, I'm thinking, he lost sight of his flagger, so why didn't he stop automatically?
I think he tried to turn or something to look for her and turned on her instead. You know, it's scary. You know, machines don't stop for you.
Oh, there's no way.
They don't stop for you, and people, they get, you know, very comfortable, very, you know, like, oh, you know, it wouldn't happen to me, you know, like Jesse said. You know, grandma.
Yeah. What's up, grandma?
What's up, grandma?
We know you watching.
Yeah. So just like he said, you know, you can get complacent, you know, and get comfortable and think that it doesn't happen to you, but, you know, just one quick mishap, you know, it can happen quick. You know, I see girls all the time with their hair down in their face, you know.
Oh, hell.
Jewelry, men wearing dangling earrings, you know, up to baggy clothes, and they don't realize, you know, these you know, rotating power tools, equipment, whatever, it could get caught up really quick. It's not going to stop for you. It's not going to know, you know?
Yeah. When I first got hired on, they gave, we couldn't try our shirt on, you know, but they just told me what size you want. And I said, oh, I'm a medium. So they brought me a medium. And to me, it felt loose. You know what I mean? Just too loose for me. So luckily, they got a new vendor to provide our shirts and stuff. So luckily, they had actually brought a couple shirts to try out.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, let me get the medium. I was like, it's still loose. So I ended up going to a small just because I like my clothes being more fitted. Yeah, because especially out there, like you said, it being out in the plant, You don't want loose clothing
Right,
because it
right.
could hang up in any type of rotating equipment.
I mean, you're pretty swole now, so you don't wear a medium
I-
anymore, huh?
I'll try. No, I am a medium.
Oh,
But
you are?
but it depends where it's made from.
You're right.
Yeah, if it's a American medium, it might be a little bigger on me.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's a Asian medium,
Oh, okay.
it's a kind of like
Yeah,
this
it's
size.
a little bit ran small.
Yeah,
I was a 2X when I started in the refinery. Now I'm a large.
yeah. But hey, that's all that
Medium
walking you did, huh?
large. Yeah, all that walking, climbing. I didn't have such a nice journeyman at first. He was like, "You're a woman. You're gonna do what we do too." So I would climb up like 85 feet, some stairs every day, up and down.
Are you scared of heights?
I was. Oh my goodness, you don't know how scared I was. I couldn't feel my feet anymore
Oh, really?
when I when I got up there. I was like, "Oh my god."
when you climbing up the ladders, are you guys latched on there, or you just
Yeah,
going-
they have yo-yos, that you attach to the back of your harness to your D-ring, but it's still the fear of like, what if I miss a step or my hand slips or something? You fall back. I mean, you might not fall that far, but it's just the fear of just falling,
Yeah,
knocking your head or something.
yeah,
I got a big head. I can't hit that.
yeah. I'm not too scared of heights if I know I'm secured.
Yeah.
But it's when I feel like I'm not secure. That's when I'm like, okay, I get a little tense.
And I do like the sense of security with the harness and everything. I think that's really cool, and tying off is like so big to me. If I can't tie off, I don't go any further, So,
Yeah.
and sometimes I give people scaffolding a headache because I'm like, I need you to fix this.
Yeah.
I need you to fix it right now.
Man, talking about getting like hooked on or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I seen this one video on Instagram. I'm watching reels. So I got a bad habit of doing that. I saw this one girl who was like a bungee jump or some type of something like that,
Oh my
and
goodness.
and I think the guy was just still getting ready and stuff like that, and he just kind of patted her, you know what I mean? And I guess she just thought, okay, you're ready, and she just jumped,
Oh,
and the
no.
guy came like,
So was she?
I didn't show the whole video, you know what I mean?
It didn't show the video. Oh
yeah,
no.
just show her kind of jump.
Oh no! See, that's what I'm worried about. I mean, the company is pretty big about checking each other's harnesses and stuff. It's on our we have little paperwork that we fill out. And we have to check each other. They actually hold us accountable of our coworkers. So I mean, I really appreciate that part.
Yeah. I think the highest I had to go to work is, let's say, when I was working when I got laid off from my other job. I got this quality inspector role. So they actually gave us some scissor lifts. We were working at like sometimes some Amazon warehouses or Harbor Freight's warehouses. So this one location, Harbor Freight one in Chicago, we had scissor lift, right? And it went up, I don't know, at least maybe 40, 50 feet up.
Oh, is it?
And, yeah, on a scissor lift, you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
it was like
scissor lizard.
and very like small, you know.
Very compact. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much all the way up there, you know what I mean? And you feel it kind of moving a little bit
Oh, my
there.
goodness.
And when you move it forward, back, or whatever, it kind of
moves.
Yeah, it's like, God, please let me
I
survive
can't.
this.
Yeah, I can't do those. I don't care what you train me in. I am not getting on that.
They're fun when they're a certain height, you know.
Yes.
But once they get really high, that's where it's kind of more scary.
What if the wind blows? Do you feel that?
Well, no. Luckily, it was inside the warehouse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
I
there's
wasn't
no way.
outside. Yeah,
Shouldn't
no,
be.
yeah. If I was outside, no, I wouldn't have done it.
Oh my goodness. I mean, it's already scary enough being a woman in construction, but just there's some things like I see and I'm just like, how are you making it this far doing things the way you do it, And
Yeah.
it's just, you see things all day, every day. And you're just like, I can't believe it. It's actually really mind blowing, really amazing how these are built. These plants are built.
Oh, it's very technical.
Very technical, very, very mind blowing. I'm very impressed about
'cause
this industry.
It takes a lot of planning and to get everything on. Especially like that one side engineer. The area like used to be a swamp. You know what I mean? So they had to build up all that foundation.
Right. Yeah, that takes years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I heard that like sometimes they'll get piles, big wooden piles, and put it up
And pack
in
them
a
down.
hoist. I heard. This is what I heard, that sometimes they would just drop it, and the whole thing would just go straight down.
That's how they see how
Yeah.
deep it is.
Yeah. It's like,
Jeez.
God. But yeah, no, it's crazy, and all the things they could do with engineering.
Yeah, engineering. I like when I come up with ideas, and if it makes sense to them, they put in RFIs, request for information, and then they come back was like, okay, you can do it, and that amazes me. I'm like, man, I'm glad my idea worked, and and put it to test.
Hey, just to go to show, girls sometimes could do some of what things guys could do.
We see things. Sometimes we see things that men don't see, and men see things that women don't see. I definitely know the strengths that women and men can do differently. As women, independent women, we think like, oh, if men can do it, we can do it.
Yeah. Oh, you're very Miss Independent, huh?
Oh man, did I get shut up real quick? There's some things, I still try.
Yeah. Well, if you're a single woman, you have to do your best what you can.
Yes,
do
what I can.
It is what it is.
Turns a lot of guys on though. I think some of them are intimidated by me. Most of them.
I don't.
I think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I asked the guy. I was like, man, this one man. He's like, I didn't know you spoke Spanish. I was like, yeah, I do. He's like, well, I didn't know, China. I was like, well, you never spoke to me. He's like, I'm too scared to come talk to you. Okay,
they're scared of not like physically you're gonna hurt them. Scared. They're probably scared of to approach you like that. You might think, oh, you trying to hit on me or something like that. Yeah.
I don't know. I took it as in like me hurting him.
No.
Maybe he thinks I'm too strong.
No. They don't want to get the Me Too movement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just trying to be friendly, and then the girl says he's harassing me.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely. Men do respect me out there, but I'm not that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. If I see a girl I'm attracted to at the office, and which there probably are a couple of them, I'm like, well, I call it. I'm not even gonna try.
Why?
I'm not. It's not worth the job.
It's really not. I've learned not to date in the refinery because, or if I do, not to speak on it because it's too much drama.
Yeah, if it doesn't work out, it's gonna be messy.
It closes opportunities too.
Because I had my friend Lisa here. I think she was.
I remember her talking about it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
I listened to her. I said, I'm not gonna do it, Lisa. I promise.
So at least it helped out somebody, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but I also that's one thing I always thought too is like, it's especially being professional office setting. It's like I'm not even gonna bother trying. It's like no. You
definitely have to be professional out there. I mean, it's fun. Some of the guys are funny. The guys are funny out there, and they like to be themselves and joke around. So being a woman and being so uptight and taking everything to heart, it's just.
And a lot of guys out there are they actually from here, or they might be from out of town? Because you know how sometimes they get guys from the valley and they get bad rap.
Where all my valley guys at? 956.
Yeah. 956. What was it? What area code?
956.
956.
They always rep it. They're like Puro 956. I'm like Puro Vietnam.
Yeah. I think I was at Dillon's for it was a couple months ago. I'm always there a lot of times, But I actually met some girls there from the valley. Like, wow, they're actually good looking. Like, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But automatically when I heard the valley, I feel like already.
You're like, you don't want to mess with this.
Yeah,
sorry,
exactly.
Not sorry, but you came with somebody.
Yep, or something,
Yeah, I meet a lot of guys. A lot of guys are from the valley out there, and I commend to them because they come all the way out here to work, and then they get one chance to go home and they go straight home to their families. So that's a lot of dedication right there. It's pretty cool.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do,
Yeah. I just go 35 minutes and I'm like dreading it.
Yeah, when I moved to Birmingham, it was like moved away and didn't know anybody, but I had a great time.
Did you go home often?
Usually if it was like a 3-day weekend, something like that, a long weekend, that's about it.
Was there a lot of racism where you went?
Not really.
Not really, right? But I bet you were one of the only Hispanic men out there.
Oh, hell yeah. When going to like the bars and clubs in Birmingham, they had this a couple spots I used to go to was I think it was called Lakeview, I think it was.
Yeah.
And they have a few bars. It's almost like a little Austin area right there. Not just bars and stuff. But yeah, a lot of times I'll be like maybe the only Hispanic guy there. I probably just seen there one Asian chick the whole time. Every time, if I'll go
Dang.
like maybe every other weekend or whatever, see the same Asian chick. You
We're
know?
all by the water.
Yeah, I know. Apparently, yeah.
Yeah. So were you most attractive since you were the only Hispanic? You know, a lot of
But
girls
like black girls for some reason they like me. They like I told you, they thought I was exotic.
only
or something.
fish. Yeah, only fish in the sea.
Yeah,
It was a different color. Yeah, it's kind of like how I am at work.
that's how it is. It's it's like you're more attracted to other people, to people who, they don't have that type of person there.
Mhm. Yeah, it's definitely very tempting.
Mm-hmm.
There's the guys out there, that ask me out all the time, and I tell them, no, maybe next week, or, blow them off. Just trying to keep everything.
They have to work for it.
Yeah.
work.
Go to work.
Mm-hmm.
But I see that it doesn't really get me nowhere if I were to try. So I mean, I don't go there.
Mm-hmm.
There's no point.
Yeah,
So
but it was fun.
yeah,
Miss it. I'll go back over there just visit every once in a
I
while.
told you we should go.
I want to go to Birmingham when they have an Indy car race out there. That's probably want to go.
Yeah.
We'll see if I go. But you have any crazy stories they can share?
I have one from last week. Last
Yeah.
week, one of the things as millwrights do, we set equipment. So we were setting a rotary valve for a silo, and it comes in two pieces, you know. So we're putting it under a structure that's already built, so we're already limited to space.
Mm-hmm.
And so the guys are sitting there like, how are we gonna do this and this and that? And I'm busy. I'm running around getting hardware and making sure this is good, this is that. I have all the tools I need and the size of wrenches, whatever I gotta do. And I was like, well, why don't we use a forklift, to bring it in? And I tell them what we need, all the measures we need to take and stuff like that. They're like, okay, the guys really do it. So then I was like, how about we bull rig this, the top equipment up to the bottom of it, like the legs of it. And then they were like, yeah, that's what we're gonna do, right? They said that's what they're gonna do. And I'm like, whatever. So they get the bull riggers in, and the bull riggers are bull rigging this 18,000 pound equipment. And I'm like, okay, they're struggling. And I'm like, why don't you let me help you? I mean, I'm talking, they're pulling like real hard down like this. And I go in there and I'm like pulling, like it's hard though. So I'm pulling with two hands like this. They're like, man, you're putting us to shame.
You were stronger than them, huh?
Yeah, I was like just pulling in and pulling in. I was like, I was getting tired. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm getting tired, but I must not show it. So I'm going. And then the project manager comes up. He goes, Kim. I'm like, yeah, what's going on? He goes, I see you working that chain fall. He's like, you ever thought about being a bull rigger? I was like, no, I'm good. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe.
Yeah, I know.
But the crazy thing, that was the crazy part was just putting the guys to shame. It's so fun.
Yeah, they're like, oh my
Oh my
god,
God.
I can't handle her right there. No puedo.
No puedo. I don't want to ask her out.
So you scare him out. That's how you scare him out.
Yeah,
Like, she gonna beat my
that's
ass.
yeah, I think that's what it is. I told you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the harassment part. I'm pretty approachable at work,
Yeah.
I'm pretty friendly with everyone like I am outside of work. So, but yeah, so I don't really have that many crazy stories. How about you? Do you have any?
Yeah, actually, well, I got a couple of them. I got a couple of them. I can share
Okay.
right quick. Okay. So one time, both times we were in working at that auto car where we build refuse trucks, so garbage trucks, everything like that. So all we built was just the chassis and put the cab on. So one day, I think there was a big storm coming in, and they wanted us to move all of their trucks that were built, put it inside the warehouse. So I think we had to move like 30 or 40. The gas ones weren't that bad, but they had some that were like with diesel. The diesel one wasn't bad, but they had the other type of gas where they ran out. I forgot what type of CNG type of gas, like almost like LNG, something but CNG.
Okay.
So we would have to sometimes put that canister on there and hook up the connection, start it up. So they were asking, okay, do you know how to put on ride a forklift. Like I don't know how to drive that forklift. You know,
No.
I'm not gonna even try. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they had one guy. He was young guy, really good guy. Trey, that's his name, right?
It's my son's name.
Oh, really? Trey?
Trey.
Song.
Yeah.
And so he said, I'll do it. And I know he's doing a job, but it's like, I know how he loves trying to just try to do everything he will, even though he don't know he'll try. You know,
He's
like,
a
go ahead.
go-getter.
But that's something like, you know what I mean? That's something that if you don't know how to do it, you probably shouldn't do it.
Yes.
It's very dangerous. So sure enough, he tries to get the canister up there with the forklift, gets it on top, or tries to take it off. I forget exactly the details, but it just tips over.
Oh no.
Yeah. Luckily, it didn't bust or anything like that, you know what I mean?
But still.
Yeah, there was a chance right there. Another time is that when I think we were doing something in the warehouse, and it was all of us in there. Like it was like maybe 3 or 4 of us, 4 or 5, somewhere around there. So we were at one end of the warehouse, and to get back to the door is like a long walk. So we were there with the forklift, and one of the guys knew how to drive a forklift, and we kind of looked around. Well, ain't nobody here, so we all jumped on the forklift.
No way.
And
Did you do it?
Huh?
Did you do it?
Yeah, we were all just hanging on and stuff for dear life.
Oh my gosh.
Luckily, nothing happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's so unsafe.
Yeah.
So unsafe. I've had ideas of maybe getting to a basket or something and just ride the crane up or something.
Oh, yeah?
But you can't do that.
Yeah,
You
no.
lose your job. You lose everything. Maybe your life. You never know.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
especially when I'm
scary. Yeah. But yeah, we all have that helper that thinks they know it all and wants to get in there and get everything done. Protection.
Has anybody got caught doing that up there?
No, so far nobody that I know of, but I know I have a certain helper. He has that demeanor. He gets in there and he thinks he knows it all. So when you walk off, and maybe like one time I went to the restroom or something, I was actually supervising this week. And I walked off, and so did his journeyman. He took the precision level and trying to level out the motor side of the pump, and dropped it. Now these are hundreds of dollars of precision levels. They're called 98 levels, and he felt so bad. Just
does it damage it that bad?
Yeah, it damages it bad. I mean, any little scuff on it damages it. So it dented the corner of it, so it's
really?
no good anymore. Yeah, and then you gotta get it recalibrated and all kind of stuff when you drop it. So, yeah, there's always helpers that do that. I mean, there's journeymen that do that. There's some journeymen that don't know a task and they think they can, just figure it out themselves. I always ask questions.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll be honest. I'm like, hey, to be honest with you, I have never done this before, but you kind of explain to me the process. I'll see if I can do it. If I can't, then I'll reach back out to you. But you know,
it's always best to, if you're not sure, to ask.
Always ask questions.
Yeah, always. Don't be shy.
Yeah.
'Cause they will actually respect you more if you have questions. You know, hey, I never done this. Can you help me out or whatever? And then that was okay. They could trust you more. I was like, okay.
I actually got pretty far asking questions. And showing them like, hey, I'm not overly confident about this, or do you mind just kind of going over it and maybe show me, this or that, and I can try to find out, either do it your way or try to figure out my way of doing it better. So it's definitely something I always say: ask questions.
Yeah,
I always ask questions. I took on a leadership role on my job right now, so I can't mess up.
Yeah, well, congratulations on that. I know it seems like you're moving up pretty quick, right?
Yeah,
you just barely started last year, right?
I did. Yeah, barely started last year, but I mean, it's always been in me. I always wanted to take lead, or just try my best to help myself and other people.
Always want to be on top.
I always wanted to be on top. Yeah, and they don't call me Kim Possible for no reason.
So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In
Still
5
doing this,
years?
you think?
Yeah, I actually enjoy this so much. In 5 years, I really do hope I see myself, either in a planning role for mechanical or supervision. So it's definitely a lot I need to learn. But
yeah. And then you think You think you're always gonna be doing like a startup or something like that, or actually moving like working for the end user?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to stay in construction for a little while. Just kind of learn, from the basic design up until commissioning, and then hopefully I can get me a permanent job doing maintenance somewhere. So that's.
Yeah, but having that millwright experience and leadership, bro, I believe you'll get it
Yeah.
easily.
I'm doing my best. I'm trying. It's definitely a struggle sometimes. You fail, but from there you can only move up. You learn from your mistakes. If you learn to accept it, and
Well, yeah,
keep going.
because if you never fail, that means you never actually try something new. You know what
Exactly. So I try to tell myself that all the time, and it's hard. The guys in there, sometimes I feel like, man, I think they give me tasks for me to fail, just to fail. But honestly, they give it to me because it's probably challenging, and they want to see how far I can take it.
Yeah.
So definitely, it's new, it's different. I love it.
Yeah.
I don't want to stop.
Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna reach your goal. But do you have any last words for the audience?
On a woman's perspective, don't ever give up. Always set your mind as far as the sky limits you. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. Like I said, like from doing nails and being in cosmetology to being a woman in construction is definitely two different things. But if I can do it, I'm sure anyone who goes out there and try can. So stay motivated.
Wise words right there. You hear that, women?
Yeah.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Even if you work in the plants, just keep on trying.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I hope you guys liked and enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. It sure helps the channel grow. With that being said, peace out.
Peace out.
Breaking news or cool interviews, we keep it real, no scripted cues. From wild debates to heartfelt tales, strap in tight, this train never derails. We bring the vibes, the beats won't stop. Tune in now, we rise to the top. Laugh, cry, shout, feel every drop. This podcast here is cream of the